Pardon me?
Oh, pick back to second base, and they nailed him. Day made the tag, and the inning is over. Cone nailed it second base. And the first pitch to him from Jackson is swung on and lined into left, falling fast. George dives, and he makes the catch. Full extension, and the inning is over. What a play, Henry George. Well, anyway, here's Luis Toribio. 2 on and nobody out. Runners at the corners. As Blaine in trouble again. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is high. Throw down to second. It's cut off. Davis to the plate. Throw is high. And Davis, he got the hand in there. And home plate umpire Fred Roofs gives the safe call, but Davis is down. Well, Toribio blasts one to center. And this one's going to go. We talked about it. The kid's got the power. Little Poppy goes deep with a 2-run blast. And it's 8-4 X's. No, 02, 04, 06, and 07 as that one is belted out to left field. George on the run, and he makes the catch. Onto the track, Henry George. What do you say? 2 amazing plays. One coming in, now one going out. 2 outs in the inning as Schulten tips his cap. 2-2 to Gomez. That one is hammered to left. Diaz to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. The man who went 30-30 a year ago stole a base and now has a home run. And the X's have put double digits on the board. It's 10-5. Here is Vuletic. And he swings at the first pitch and drives one high and deep to left center field. Battle to the track, and it drops in. 2 runs are gonna score. Vuletic was hustling. He's in there at third base. A 2-run triple. And the X's lead 12-5 with 3 runs here in the 6th.
XSBaseball.com for tickets. XSBaseball.com for tickets. And one more note here. That moment ago, that was not a double for Dave. It was a single E9. Single E9. So just to clear that up and to pass it on to John Colavita here in this 4th inning. 1-0 Sioux City.
Well, thanks, Dan. It'll be the heart of the order for the Railcats, 4, 5, and 6. Radcliffe, Castillo, and Olszthu up as Josh Day shaded up the middle. Kyle Marmon now has a lead. Let's see if he can hold on to it. He's been prolific thus far. 3 strikeouts through the first 3 frames. And the first pitch here to Barron Radcliffe is a fastball missing, or breaking ball, missing outside 1-0. Kyle Marmon was the American Association Pitcher of the Week in the first week of the year as Radcliffe swings right through that one, tried to hold up 1-1. Austin Davis shaded a bit towards right. There's a huge gap in left center field. Playing Radcliffe to pull a little bit as the 1-1 pitch is taken down and away, ball 2. Barron Radcliffe, for 5th-round draft choice of the Philadelphia Phillies out of Georgia Tech back in 2020. 2-1 pitch. That one misses just a little bit low. Byrne tried to bring it up, not to be. 3 balls and a strike. Now remember, in the 2020 draft, it only went 5 rounds. It used to go 40-plus, usually around 40. And then that year it was 5. As the 3-1 pitch is right there on the outside corner. Radcliffe taking all the way. Got runs full. So since that 2020 draft, every remaining selection, so there have all been 20 rounds. 3-2. Swung on, hit hard the other way, down the left field line. That's a fair ball by inches. Bounces around in the corner. George picks it up, and he gets it in quickly, and Radcliffe has to stay at first base. So Henry George hustling. I don't think Radcliffe was booking it out of the box. He could have been at second base rather easily. Instead, it's just a leadoff single. Gary needs to capitalize here.
Yeah, you mentioned hustle. I mean, Henry George hustling, getting an RBI a moment ago, and then hustling the defensive play right there. That saves what could have been a leadoff double. You had a runner at third base with that, with a bunt, and you'd be tying it up.
First pitch to LG Castillo was bounced on the ground foul towards third base. And, Dan, that ball by Barron Radcliffe, that was maybe fair by 1.5 feet.
Yeah, you could, if you watch the AA baseball side of things, it landed on the chalk down there. And definitely.
So 0-1 here on LG Castillo. He struck out his first time around. was 4 for 16 with a double, an RBI, and 6 strikeouts in that series against Cleburne. Marmon fires. Swung on and fouled back behind the plate. Castillo's down in the count, 0-2. No outs. Top of the 4th inning, runner at first. 1-0 X's lead. Nick Shumpert shaded up the middle, cheating for 2. Marmon set at the belt and he fires. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball down in the dirt, and LG Castillo's down for the 2nd time today. 4th strikeout for Kyle Marmon. Had that lead now. He has taken over the lead in strikeouts in the American Association. So with 1 on and 1 out, that'll bring up Nick Olch, who also struck out his first time around. Lefty with an open stance. And Marmon's first offering is taken right down the middle. Not sure what he was waiting for. Easily. 0-1. Nick Olch has hit safely in 5 of 6 games. Came into the day hitting .242 with no extra base hits. 1 strike pitch. Hard hit foul back towards the screen. And again, down in the count, 0-2. Kyle Marmon working ahead of these hitters because right now he can throw whatever he wants. I would see if you can get something on the outside edge, especially with Olch having that open stance. It's tough to adjust for the outside pitch as the 0-2 offering is just a little bit low and outside. But that's a great spot. It's exactly where you want your 0-2 pitch. Olch trying to keep the inning alive. The X is playing for 2 up the middle. The 1-2 offering is an off-speed pitch that's fouled away to the left side again. Olch continues to fight. At a Division III Puget Sound, out in Tacoma, Washington, the Loggers. Spent 4 years there. Was picked up by a multitude of different professional organizations before finding his way here as the 1-2 pitch is swung on and laced down the left field line. That's a base hit. George over to pick it up. Radcliffe stops at second base. And now the Railcats are threatening first and second with only 1 out. And here's Olivier Basabe. So both Radcliffe and Olch going the other way as lefties right down the line. And a great piece of hitting. Hit it right where it was pitched. And that's not a bad pitch by Marmon. He threw it to the outside. It's where your cold zone is. And Olch got the barrel to it. Here is Basabe, who checks his swing on the first pitch, and they say he did not go around. I haven't seen any call. We haven't seen one of those. We haven't seen one little called strike from the check swing appeal. Basabe grounded out to short his first time around. Ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. Checked his swing again. Definitely did not go. Pitch was a breaking ball, a little bit low. 2-0 here. 1 out, top of the 4th. Runners at first and second. And here is a patented Bobby Post, middle of an AB mound visit. So I sat down with Bobby and Mongo today. We were talking about the arsenals and what you want to look for in a pitcher. And, they weren't concerned at all about walks. They usually, if you're a pitching coach, you don't want to see walks. They are very tough to deal with, especially early on in an inning. You got less than 2 outs. But they said we have guys, we have plus speed. We strike out a lot of guys, so they don't really worry about the walks if you can get a ton of strikeouts, as Bobby Post checks back into the dugout, says a few things to his ace, who is ready to get back on the hill and continue this inning. Basabe ahead in the count, 2-0. Tying run at second. Go ahead, run at first, only here in the 4th inning. A look back at second from Marmon. Now the 2-0 delivery is a fastball in there for a called strike. And Basabe didn't like it. It was a little bit up and in. And I would tend to agree with the batter. But the home plate umpire, Bobby Tassone, the crew chief tonight, called it a strike. 2 balls and a strike here. Marmon varying the looks again, and the pitch is swung on and popped up. Foul out of play to the right side. To reach those blue seats here at Lewis and Clark Park. Wind blowing out from left to right. Outfield straight away all the way around. Infield back. Day and Shumpert at short and second, playing for 2. Radcliffe at second, Olch at first, neither being held on. Marmon deals the 2-2. Check swing, foul ball into the box.
And we'll do it again. Olivier Basabe, former 8th round pick of the Padres back in 2017 out of Division II Faulkner University in Montgomery, Alabama. Battling with a 2-2 pitch, open stance, bat waggling. Marmon, a deep breath, and he fires. Fastball high, and the count runs full. We're going to see a little bit of a hit and run action. Can you put these guys in motion? And on a single, Olsh could go from first to third, and Radcliffe could potentially score. Another payoff. That one is down low, a little bit away as well. Ball 4, and the bases are jammed for Cooper Edwards. If you want to face anybody with the bases loaded in this Gary lineup, it is Cooper Edwards that you want to face. He is due. He's 0 for his last 11. Baron Radcliffe's single down the left field line could have doubled, but it doesn't make any difference now as he'd be on third base either way. Only one out, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up there. Got Edwards to swing at it. No balls and a strike, one out, top of the 4th. Railcats at every bag. Infield still playing for 2. 1-0 X's. Marmon, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, got him again. Same pitch, same spot, same exact result. And the former FAU Owl can see his way out of this inning. Marmon from the top end of the rubber, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Kyle Marmon digs deep and gets the second out of the inning. That's K number 5. And the 9-hole hitter, Jake Allgaier, will step to the dish. Baron Radcliffe led off the inning with a single down the line. LG Castillo struck out. Nick Olch singled down the left field line, both from lefties. Basabe walked, and then you just heard Cooper Edwards strike out. Allgaier trying to keep the inning moving. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball outside. 1-0. Allgaier 4 for 18 with 2 RBIs in the Cleburne series. That is a 6-game series. Cleburne will play a bunch of those. They are one of the more far-away teams in the American Association. 1-0. That was real close. Looked like a slider in the outside part of the plate. Tried to backdoor the lefty.
They're not one of. They are the faraway team, poor Cleburne. They're down there all by them lonesome. They don't longer have anybody down there with them.
Marmon ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and he finally gets one over. Top of the zone, right where Burns set up.
You could go play cricket there in Grand Prairie where they used to play. The Airhogs used to play. They got cricket now, but yes, they're all by themselves. It's a long road trip, man.
Marmon in his most stretchful situation of this season. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled away to the left side. And Kyle Marmon is 1 strike away from stranding the bases loaded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th, 1-0 Sioux City. But Gary threatening. Radcliffe at 3rd, Olsh at 2nd, Basabe at 1st. Marmon fires. Bounces up there. What a block by Curtis Byrne to keep the tying run at 3rd base. But the runners will be off here with the full count.
Hey, just threw his chest at him. I mean, he had no chance. Watch as an A baseball. Just puts his body over it and uses his chest as a backstop. And I mean, it's all he could do.
And that's why he's back there. He struggled at the plate a little bit over the last week or so. But he is so good behind the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, 1-0 exit. The runners go. The pitch is swung on, chopped over to first base. Montgomery gobbles it up and steps on the bag, and Kyle Marmon works out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the bases were left loaded. Onto the bottom of the 4th inning, X's still lead 1-0. You're listening to X's Baseball here on KSCJ and watching on AABaseball.tv.